One of the final conversations Jesus had before he died was with a man who later became known as the Good Thief. According to Christian tradition, this man is also known as Saint Dismas. The Bible tells us that he was one of the criminals crucified beside Jesus, and it records the powerful moment when he turned to Jesus and received a promise of paradise. The Bible does not tell us many details about his life before this moment. It did not tell us exactly what crime he committed, but it does tell us what happened while he was hanging on the cross next to Jesus. This is a story of the good thief and the promise Jesus gave him. Jesus had been arrested and brought before the Roman governor Pontius Pilate. The Bible tells us that Pilate found no reason to punish Jesus. Pilate said, "I find no basis for a charge against this man." Even though Jesus was innocent, he was sentenced to be crucified. The Bible teaches that Jesus' death was part of God's plan to bring salvation. Jesus said, "The Son of a Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." As Jesus was taken to be crucified, 2 criminals were also led out with him. Luke 23:32 through 33 says, 2 other men, both criminals, were also led out with him to be executed. When they came to the place called the Skull, they crucified him there, along with the criminals, one on his right, the other on his left. While Jesus was on the cross, many people mocked him. The rulers and soldiers challenged him to save himself. Luke 23:35 says, "The people stood watching him, and the rulers even sneered at him. They said, 'He saved others, let him save himself if he is God, Messiah, the chosen one.' The soldiers also mocked him, saying, 'If you are the king of the Jews, save yourself.' One of the criminals beside Jesus joined those who mocked him. Luke 23:39 says, one of the criminals who hung there hurled insults at him. 'Aren't you the Messiah? Save yourself and us.' But the other criminal responded differently. He corrected him and said, 'Don't you fear God? Since you are under the same sentence, we are punished justly for what we are getting, what our deeds deserve. But this man has done nothing wrong.' This criminal admitted that he deserves this punishment, but he recognized that Jesus was innocent. Then the good thief turned toward Jesus and said, 'Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.' Even while Jesus was suffering on the cross, this man believed that Jesus had a kingdom. Then Jesus answered him, 'Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise.' This is why Christians have remembered him as the good thief. The Bible records that he was a criminal, but it also records that he turned to Jesus and received a promise from him. The Bible teaches that Jesus came to seek and save the lost. Jesus said, 'For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost.' The story of the good thief reminds people of the mercy of Jesus and the hope found in him. One criminal rejected Jesus, one criminal turned to him, and Jesus promised, 'Today you will be with me in paradise.' This story is found in Luke 23:32 through 43. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy Bible stories, consider subscribing for more.